I love Minecraft. Every time I load up a new world, I'm amazed by just how wonderful and expansive and varied the game is. The team has done a remarkable job of making the game just as fun for hardcore gamers as it is for a grandma who knows nothing about video games. But apparently, I'm late to the party. I'm only 2 days old. I wasn't there to see Infdev or Infdev or Cave Game. People who have been with Minecraft for years and years claim that Mojang is ruining the simplicity of the game with all these updates, and now there's a progression issue. Usually, I'd assume that it's just Twitter people overreacting to everything, but no. Wherever you go, people are there talking about how Minecraft used to be good, and now it's bad. Hell, even back in the golden days of Minecraft, people frothed at the mouth about the addition of wolves. Why does this stupid game make people so angry? On some primal level, I get it. Minecraft is all about getting to know your world, and when your world changes, it's scary. That's why everyone seems to claim some different version of Minecraft is the best version. Or maybe there's more to it than nostalgia. I went back to before Microsoft got its greedy fingers on the game. I want to understand. I'm going to experience the evolution of this game, updating the version every in-game day, about 800 times as fast as it took the game to update in real time, starting with Infdev 20100618. The first thing I saw was this beautiful beach. Immediately, I decided to keep the other side of that mountain unloaded until full release. It'd be fun to see a jarring jump between Infdev generation and full release generation someday. Even all the way back in 2009, the game starts by punching a tree. The hardest difference to get used to was definitely the lack of running or sneaking. All you could do was walk on your 2 little feet to get from place to place. I wasn't used to that. I guess it's kind of nice. I won't be able to run away from monsters, I'll have to fight them head on. I started building my house in the middle of this lake. In modern Minecraft, monsters are pretty terrible at dealing with water. Naively, I assumed that it would be the same in this version, but all my moat did was make it so monsters didn't burn up after hunting me all night, and make it much harder to defend myself, because I had to swim through water. I spent the rest of my first night trying to shovel all of this gravel into flint. My plan was to make a bunch of arrows, because the bow and arrow is super fun in early Minecraft. It's gonna be several days before I figure out that you can't craft arrows. During Infdev version 20100625-1917, Jesus, I installed a lawn to my house. I got on a really big tree to check out the world. It's not a bad world. And if this is any consolation to those Infdev fans, even though this is the last version of Infdev that will appear in this video, there's no way to change where you go when you die. So these chunks, I'm gonna have to deal with them forever. It's not like I can just pack up and go to a younger, sexier version of Minecraft. Then I got a little lost. It's easy to do that when every part of your world looks the same. I made it back eventually, and I made a path this time, so that something like that wouldn't happen again. I wanted to make my path look pretty and natural. One of my goals during this whole thing was to make everything look at least presentable. So no big garish mob farms, no dirt boxes, no penises. By pure coincidence, the path happened to lead to this little cave. It's perfect. I'll have an easy way to get back and forth between my house and the cave forever. I started opening it up a bit. I didn't want to have to deal with climbing in and out of this steep hole every time I want to go get some more iron. I was pretty fed up with digging by that point though, so I didn't mind today. I went back home and added a window. During alpha version 1.0.2-01, I finally have a roof over my head. These smooth stone slabs are the only kind of slabs in the game right now. In fact, they aren't even called smooth stone slabs. They're just called slabs. That's a house, alright. I took my very pretty path back to the cave. No time like the present to start looting it. I've heard less than stellar things about old Minecraft's caves, but it'll be fine. I'll whittle away at this thing over the next 30 days. See, I already have iron. This won't be too bad. Dead end. Dead end. I double and triple checked that, yeah, that was the entire cave, before resigning myself to digging a hole. I found gold. Are you entertained yet? Is this content yet? I guess the strategy of finding one cave and mining in it for the rest of your life is not a viable strategy in old Minecraft. So I went home. I needed to do some renovations. These stairs, they needed to be moved up. Then I discovered you can't break stairs in this version. They're like bookshelves. They turn into wood. In Alpha version 1.0.3, I had a ton of wool. I had nowhere to put this wool. So I made a new room in my house, specifically so I had a place to put this wool. It's not like I can make a bed. I can't even dye it. Some of the decisions made in Alpha Minecraft confuse me. Like, I never would have thought to add wool, even if I added sheep. And I never would have thought to make it a block if I did. I added a second floor to my home. I don't know what I'm gonna put up here. I already basically have every block in the game in my home. Any additions at this point are just excuses to add more of these oak support beams. In Alpha version 1.0.4, I was tired of not having food, so I ventured off for pigs. I'm not sure if it's new chunk generation, but it had a weirdly low amount of trees. It was strangely beautiful. It made me want to build something. Something useless. Something useless like a barn. In Alpha version 1.0.5-01, I finished up the roof of the barn. It's a little ugly, but that's okay. I am its mother and I will love it unconditionally. In Alpha, food doesn't stack, which means you'll regularly see people with full inventories of singular slabs of meat, slowly funneling them one by one into a furnace. No, there is no faster way of doing this. I finished off the day by watching the sun rise. Alpha version 1.0.6 introduced cactuses, and I really like cactuses. So, for the first time, I set out to find new terrain generation. It does sort of look the same, but I don't know, something feels a little more Minecrafty about it. As the sun started to set, I finally found them. Cacti! Oh hey look, it's the barn I made. The more I work on this, the more it turns out churchy than barny, right? So I converted it to a church. Or, I wanted to. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get the pews to face the correct way. Must be an act of God. I dub thee the fifth church of that way.
The good Lord up above. The good Lord, he made this way, and then he made it, and then he made that way, and this way was not very good. You see, he made it first, and he wasn't very experienced yet, but that way is the good way, and that's where God is, and he lives in that way, and that way is good, because God is there.
Okay, that was stupid. The cactuses I collected inspired me to start a garden at my home, the process of which was a rude reminder of how terrible early Minecraft water physics were. It was upsetting that this path I worked so hard on led to basically nothing, so I decided to extend it, and keep extending it until it led to something interesting. And something interesting it did. That morning I found the prettiest little beach. Perfect view of the sunrise, entirely flat terrain. I've got to build something here. But not today. During Alpha version 1.0.8-01, I figured I would walk away from spawn until I found a nice big cave to loot. Something about this one, followed immediately by this one, was depressing enough for me to write poetry about it. God, I miss caves and cliff. It's kind of like a haiku, except not at all. I strayed a bit too far from home on my mining adventure and had to bum at the church for the night. Every YouTuber who plays on old versions will make the same comment. Slabs are super annoying. And I am going to make the same comment. In Alpha version 1.0.10, I went back to the mines. Mama wants some diamonds, and almost immediately I found a huge cave. Better head back. Don't want to lose my 23 logs fighting all these monsters I'm gonna find. Now I'm rip-raring and ready to go. And that's a dead end? Okay, that's fine. There's 2 ways in this cave. Back to this, I guess. Shit. Fuck! Okay, we're back, and this time I brought TNT. Blast mining, baby. This is gonna make it 100 times faster. Wow, the mining section of this video has been going on for way too long. Imagine that times 20. This really is the best version of Minecraft. Mojang has ruined this simple, wonderful experience. The old heads truly were right. They did ruin the game by adding shipwrecks, and coal caves, and deep slate, and the deep dark, and fucking mobs, and fucking... Okay, that's not really fair. I don't hate this version, not really. When I'm out there and I'm building my house, and I gotta make do with the 4 blocks they give me, and I'm looking into the sunset, and I'm looking at my house, and they're both so beautiful. The land that was once so foreign and scary is now mine. That's when I love Minecraft. These newer versions, they sort of push you to run around forever, trying to find the coolest spot to put your house. It's certainly not because of the progression. I never play Minecraft because of the progression. I play Minecraft because I want to build a building. Okay, today I don't usually do live, but today I have big news. Okay, first of all, it's version 1.0.11 has a bunch of new stuff that I want to look at, like clay, so I can make bricks, and I can put other stuff on my house. And okay, but I'm getting distracted. What was going on? Why I couldn't find any diamonds down there? Apparently there's a glitch in the early versions. There's a glitch where in the negative X direction and the negative Y direction, which I'm assuming are these two directions, the rate is way lower, and I'm assuming that's why I couldn't get my stuff. We could spend today just mining, and tomorrow nothing else drops other than like bug fixes, so it's fine. We're not missing anything. Mining, yes, okay. So I was gonna walk really... Wait. How do I get to a positive Y direction? Also, there's gonna be noises because they're doing construction on my home. Like Minecraft. Let's just keep going. You're new! Hi! You're cute! Do you do damage? No, you don't do damage. You're just a little baby. Aww. Can I keep you? You are so adorable. I want to keep you. I think it's imprinted on me. No! 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 I didn't find any diamonds. Is this normal? Is this like normal for this version of Minecraft to be this diamondless? Let me figure this out. It's kind of cute. Whatever. If I keep adding to it, it's just gonna keep getting worse. Whatever. I want some sugar. 2 can play at that game. Hiya! Oh my god, 3 can play at that game. Oh my god. I should have gone home and put all my stuff in a chest before I went exploring like this, but I don't know. I like living on the edge. I think I'm gonna keep exploring this direction tomorrow. Then I'll run all the way back, go home, put it on a chest. And I'm gonna build a sandcastle. Yeah. Is that sugarcane? That's totally sugarcane right there. During alpha version 1.0.12, on my way home, I saw a cow jumping into the water. I'm not very well versed in the world of water sports, but I wanted to be supportive to my bovine brethren. So I built them a diving board. What do you mean that's not what water sports is? I added an area to place my sugarcane farm. Farming sugarcane is very important in these earlier versions. Not because books do anything, but because sugarcane grows way faster and books are way cheaper. This means in the future, when sugarcane grows way slower and books are way less cheap, I'll have tons of them, making me rich and everybody else poor. I returned to the perfect building beach I was freaking out about earlier and decided to build a sandcastle. It was really uninspired, but don't worry, I'll come back and make it better later. Alpha version 1.0.13, I'm back in the caves. I am going to find diamonds whether the game likes it or Thank you. Thank you, God. Okay, well, I still have one diamond, and I know exactly what to spend it on. A jukebox! What? Is that... That doesn't look like a jukebox? Maybe when I put it down? No. Okay, let's pick it back up. Where did... I spent the rest of Alpha version 1.0.14 in denial. There had to be at least, like, one other vein of diamonds somewhere, right? There wasn't. I can at least pretend that I'm rich and put a painting in my home. Like many others in times of pain, I decided to turn to religion. I was so tired of oak. And the only other block that really makes sense as a wall is bricks. So, I wandered in the titular that way of that-wayism in search of clay. I want you to guess. No, really, guess how much clay I found after 10 minutes of searching. I found, in total, a singular piece of clay. Coming home from my travels, I washed up on the beach of what I am very generously calling a sandcastle. The night of Alpha version 1.0.15 and the morning of Alpha version 1.0.16, I spent fixing up the castle. As I broke some of the sand to replace it with cobblestone, the gravity of the blocks made the top of the building look withered. So, I opted to play into that rather than actually make a tall building. Sort of imply that this was once much taller, but then tore off. Maybe thousands of years ago, the egotistical king of this land decided to taunt a towering giant, claiming that though he was diminutive, his men could build him higher than the giant could ever leap. Maybe the construction workers weren't paid enough to adhere to OSHA regulations. Either way, it's probably Ronald Reagan's fault. You know what? It's not half bad. Reminds me of a poem I read. Ozymandias, the one from Breaking Bad. Then I mined. I didn't find anything. Well, I found gravel. I always find gravel. In Alpha version 1.0.17-04, fences were added to the game. I was planning to do this whole build with fences as a bridge to my home, but then I realized that, like everything else in old Minecraft, fences were terrible. I was still itching to put slabs on things, though, so I did that. Windows weren't new in this version, but I only now decided to start using them. Alpha version 1.1.0, despite having a new second number, wasn't actually that big of an update. All it did was fix some things in multiplayer and add compasses, and I'm not in multiplayer. I took it as a free day to do some renovation. Can you tell I like the slabs? I promise I'm usually not this terrible at building. It's just the version. I swear to you, I swear!
春节快乐，祝您和家人
The rest of the day I was playing with minecarts. Rails are like a classic early Minecraft thing, right? So I wanted to make a big rail between my house and the Church of Thatwayism. However, minecarts are weird in this version. The only way to make them go is through gravity. Because of this, I wasn't sure how feasible that would be, so I had to do some testing. From this height, you go this fast, and we need to make the minecart go this far. After abandoning the big rail project, it felt weird that there was this rail that went nowhere in the middle of my land. So, I gave it a, I touched it up a little bit. In Alpha version 1.1.1, they added fishing rods. So, I made myself a few of those. You're not fooling around. We got 2 updates left before they add the Nether in 1.2.0. I was still boycotting diamonds, so I had to resort to piracy for my obsidian.
First, you're going to want to find a lava pool, and then find a stretch of lava that's 4 blocks long. Place a block in the middle and—
Look, Ma, I'm Feinberg! You may be wondering, why the hell am I putting so much effort into building a Nether portal if there's no Nether? Well, I wanted to do this. You ever heard of a monolith? Well, I hadn't. Apparently, in old versions of Minecraft, sometimes the terrain generator would shit itself and make these weird towers. I wanted to find one since this was the last update that they generated in, but it just sort of seemed like something that only people who didn't wash between their butt cheeks would do. So instead of making you watch me walk for 3 hours, I decided to build my own monolith. Guys, a naturally generated monolith. Right by spawn. It's beautiful. I promised myself I wouldn't get emotional, but oh god. Alpha version 1.2.0 was the biggest of the alpha updates. On top of the Nether, it introduced biomes, pumpkins, clocks, and fishing. And, like, okay, I know this is supposed to be about preserving the eras of Minecraft terrain generation, but I didn't really care about the biomes. Like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go boat 100 million miles to go find the fucking shrubland. Shrublands, very similar to plains, with the only difference being the grass color. That's what the wiki says. Yeah. Oh, and get this. Swampland, identical to shrubland with only a different grass color. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I fished. And you'll never guess what I fished. It was fish. Alright, enough of that. It's time to go to the Nether. To go to the Nether. The Nether.
first, you're going to want to find a lava pool, and then find a stretch.
The Nether. Whoa! It's very red. Is that wrong? Right now, glowstone is the only thing that can light up a room other than torches. And I think it would be nice to have some variation in the way my home is— What the fuck is that? I heard they added a new biome called the Shrublands. That sounds cool. Let's go there. It took me until alpha version 1.2.2 to get to new terrain generation. I don't know about you, but finally getting to see some Minecrafty land after who knows how long of being stuck in an infinite dense forest? Yeah, I peed a little. In the first cave I explored, I found a mob spawner, home of currently the rarest item in the game, mossy cobblestone. I was so careful. Even though they're just zombies, they bite. I didn't have the food to deal with it, so I killed some pigs, got some coal, and made— It took me 5.5 straight minutes to get back. Time to see the loot I gave my life for! When I switched over to alpha version 1.2.4-01, I made doubly and triply sure that these diamonds were really real. No, there was no monster coming to attack me. These were real, and they were mine. Mining is easily the the most miserable experience I've ever had playing a game, and I thank the Lord that I will never have to do it again. I will absolutely have to do it again because I only got 2 and I need 3 for a pickaxe, but it's been oh so long since I built a little building, and I have so much cobblestone. Why not build a little castle? It's like the thing to do in Alpha. You gotta build at least one castle. It's like the law. I even trimmed it out with this neat little mossy cobblestone. The defenses needed some work, though. Creatures were getting in here all the time. You gonna blow up? Me and Jameson spent the rest of the night together, sharing drinks, sharing laughs, sharing ill-advised decisions. Yes, he has a name. Bigoted fuck. The first thing I did in Alpha version 1.2.5 was make an iron door for the Palais de Jameson. Hey, Jameson, what's good, big dog? No, Jameson! Jameson, it's not worth it! Ave Maria. I took some more time in the mines to process. Everybody grieves different. I happen to grieve by getting that fucking paper, baby! Pickaxe, done. Sword, done. This is the kind of thing people wrote songs about in 2009. Alright, let's test out my new shiny diamond sword on these creepy crawlies. They stand no chance against my— ooh! I dug a hole. Because I was scared. Look, light. There's light. It's just like home. Surely, by now. After 2 minutes. Of course, I ran as fast as my little idiot alpha legs could take me. I mean, that was so much shit. I had like 40 iron. I had diamond tools. I had full iron armor, freshly made, and it's just gone, just like that. Over some stupid shit like that. I had to update between worlds. It's a completely different world. I don't know what the update process is. I don't know if it makes my items despawn. Do you know how fucking hard I worked for those diamonds? There was hours of my life that I just spent fucking mining. There's one update left before the beta. There's one update left. I have literally 20 minutes to take the most of this fucking time. Oh, it's fine. I took the opportunity to mine some obsidian. I have this dream of connecting all the versions of my world to this hub in the Nether, where creatures from far and wide can gather and gawk at artifacts and oddities collected from past and present. It was time to get my fucking stuff all the way across the fucking world again. All across the whole world again. Fuck. That was. Until I noticed that the sun was rising. As it had for 30 days before, and as it will for 30 more. In this vast world of chunks to choose, it seems quite silly to say you lose. For there's always another mine, and always another boss. With a road undefined, you're never lost.